Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. This is our AMA session number 13. My name is Heidi.
My name's Toby.
And these questions have been sent to us by the CT Club members. Those are our Patreon members. If you'd like to check that out, the link is down below in the video description to join the CT Club.
We answer their questions and whatever they are.
Portfolio updates, trade alerts, classes, just basically a community helping people understand how to navigate the crypto space like a pro, and it's really turning into a really great group.
Yeah,
so
I definitely like these guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We like you
and
guys.
Ladies.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Here's the questions. Hi H&T. That's me and you.
Hey.
I am new to crypto and just bought some ETH. What else should I buy now? I know the market has changed and wanted to know what specifically to buy and or stake. I am looking at Heidi's portfolio and thinking to buy the top 10 coins she has. Well, we have, but yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
How can we say that that's not a good idea if that's actually how we allocate our funds?
Yeah, I've studied this market pretty thoroughly every single day for the last, 8 years.
Yeah.
And I've come to the conclusion that my top 10 are probably the best coins out there. And it's going to be hard to argue against that.
We try to keep it so, the closer, the higher the rank they are in our portfolio, the more long-term we believe that coin to be. Mm-hmm.
But also we're flexible as well, in case if I see something wrong with something, I might go ahead and switch it.
And that's the beauty of crypto. You can make a trade very easily.
Exactly.
Also, if you want to know what we would do if we had $1,000 to put into crypto, the coins that we would buy, we made a video for that. That will be up in the upper right-hand corner for you to check out. Okay, next question. What do you think the interest rate on stable coins will be like in the bear market? I assume as there is less activity, the lending opportunities for the lenders are less, and therefore I'm assuming the interest rates will be less than the typical 10% we see currently.
Oh, for sure it's going to be less. I don't know how much less, but, because people are going to throw a lot of stable coins onto the market, so you have supply and demand working against you a little bit if you're holding stable coins. But still, there's always going to be a need for stable coins on a network or whatever. So like BlockFi, but if BlockFi would probably go from say I think it's on USDC, it's about 9.3% right now, which I would expect it to probably go down to 5 to 6%, maybe lower. But I mean, if it's going lower than that, then you might as well look at like Aave or Curve or
absolutely
or anything else. I mean,
I think those CeFi platforms have a limit because of how they're generating their profit, and these DeFi platforms like Aave, Compound, they're a lot more creative and not necessarily, hopefully not as limited to, the overall trend of a market to determine the percentages. So
really quickly, I mean, for instance, if you do go on these decentralized platforms and you decide to, farm, like say your DAI and USDT combination or whatever else, just make sure, guys, please make sure it's audited and it's really thoroughly audited. Yeah. Otherwise, you could lose all your coins, and that would really suck. Can you imagine, you made all this profit during the bull run, and now you're in a bear run, and you wake up one day, and then poof, all your coins are gone. Yeah,
because you are interacting with a smart contract on a decentralized platform. There is no insurance fund for that. There is insurance now for DeFi platforms actually that are on Ethereum that I highly recommend you check out.
Is it Nexus Mutual?
Yeah,
one of them?
yeah, and also OPYN is one as well. That's specifically for the Ethereum ecosystem. So there is that, but there's risks all around, and it's worth it to know them.
But that's why, Heidi and I have been actually studying a lot of different platforms that we can put our stable coins on during the bear market. and that are probably the safest ones. And so we'll be sharing that with our Patreon groups and letting you know where we're placing our money.
And if the percentages change, we'll be keeping you guys updated as well.
Yeah.
Next question. I am relatively new to crypto, less than 1 year, but I've watched for a long time and wanted to keep at least X number of Bitcoin. 58% of my portfolio is Bitcoin, 34% Ethereum, and the remaining 8% is among alts. I stress about not having enough in alts like ADA, DOT, and Matic. Should I change my X number of Bitcoin to diversify among altcoins or only direct new cash flows to altcoins?
Yes. Don't touch your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I wouldn't touch my Bitcoin. This isn't financial advice, but I would definitely add the new cash flow into those other coins. And there's plenty of ways to have cash flow in this space. You can take it from staking coins. That's what we're doing. Like every single day, we get coins from staking.
Ironically, the coins you listed are staking coins. So yeah, if you have cash flow already, I think it's a conservative idea to direct that into new coins. That way you don't lose your position that you had from buying Bitcoin. And if you're interested in those 3 coins that you listed, like we said, those are staking coins. And from there you can generate a passive income and use that to further diversify into other coins or to compound it and boost your holdings in those that you listed. So yeah. Next question. Any concerns moving crypto from a centralized to a decentralized exchange or wallet? First thing you should know is that I've done a lot of videos on decentralized exchanges and how some of them are actually kind of misrepresenting themselves as being decentralized. If they were really honest with their marketing, they would just call themselves non-custodial and not decentralized, because the custodianship is literally the only way that particular exchange is decentralized. Everything else is centralized. So it depends on what kind of concerns you're talking about. Like, for example, privacy concerns. There's ways that you can't, if you're talking about Bitcoin or any, if you're using a wallet or a cryptocurrency that allows for what's called a hierarchical deterministic wallet, an HD wallet. That means that you can generate a new public key that is still tied to the private key of that coin. So that means that basically the public key that you are providing to the centralized exchange to make the withdrawal isn't tied to any history of what else has been happening in that wallet. Basically, it compartmentalizes certain transactions. And that's a really easy way to kind of protect your privacy. So I would suggest that if that's your concern. If your other concern is just, being able to store your own coins properly, I would highly recommend you check out the class. If you are a CT Club member, which I believe you are, the very first class that we host that I held talking about wallets, all the different types of wallets, all of the best practices for keeping your coins safe, things to be aware of. I highly recommend you check that out. There you go. Okay, next question. Hi, and thank you for all your hard work. You can't imagine how much I appreciate it. Looking for your take on a new DEX called THORChain, a cross-platform exchange. It's touted as being the first cross-platform DEX. We're actually holding Rune, so we do have exposure to that coin. It being touted as the first cross-platform DEX is false. There is Komodo DEX, there's BlockNet. These are all using things called atomic swaps and interoperability and cross-chain transactions. So I would not believe that, actually. Maybe it will be the first user-friendly option of this, because BlockNet really is lacking, unfortunately, in my experience for that. It's definitely not pointed at the end user yet. Also, Komodo DEX, I think it's great, but they are heavily lacking in their marketability. And I think it's showing in the performance of the coin and the amount of usability happening on that DEX. But anyway, this is one that I'm definitely going to be getting more research on. It's one of those coins that we invested pretty early on, and we like the concept, but we didn't go all in on that one coin. If you guys watched our last video, things you shouldn't do. So we put a little bit into it, see what's happening, and now that it's developing hopefully a little bit more, I'll be paying attention to more things. One thing that I did notice is it seems to be kind of a limited number of nodes for the network, something like 30 nodes. That's kind of a small number, not ideal. I'd be interested to see how that grows. But those are my initial thoughts on THORChain. Next question.
Yep.
If the market can be manipulated so easily by whales, is there a future at all for crypto? I'm not talking about blockchain itself, that is here to stay. Do you think the trading and volatility and manipulation of the coin value could endanger the future for blockchain technology-based projects? In other words, don't we need stability to be able to truly help the world with blockchain?
Well, let me go over like the volatility. So volatility has actually gone down. And people probably aren't going to tell you this, but it has actually gone way down from what it used to be, like in 2017, 16, 15, 14, whatever. So just, give it time. It's an 11-year-old coin, Bitcoin is. And so the more time, the more people that go into the ecosystem, the less volatile it's going to be. Yes, we saw a 54% drop, but, like back in 2013, we pretty much saw it go from, or I watched it go from $70, which I bought it, went to 1,150, which I bought at like right around there, and then it proceeded to go right back down to 70. Can you imagine what crypto Twitter would look like right now if that did that? So yeah, there was plenty of volatility. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is definitely going lower. So that's my part of the question. You go for the...
Yeah. Also, this whole concept, definitely the volatility is getting spread out because it's becoming a bigger market. And also with the manipulation part of it, yes, there are these bigger companies. It's kind of bringing a Wall Street-ish feel to the kind of manipulation to crypto, maybe. But here's the thing, is that whenever a whale takes profit, they are most likely not going to be re-entering at the same price levels as they were before. They're not going to be having the same amount of Bitcoin as before. So actually, the bags that whales have are being distributed. And also in this last dip, this last 53% dip,
54.
a lot of new whales, 54, okay, a lot of new whales panic sold. And so suddenly they're not a whale anymore. And so in that way, it's kind of cool to see token distribution happening through weak hands, paper hands, as they say.
Absolutely.
Also, I just want to talk about this whole concept of separating blockchain technology from cryptocurrencies. Here's the thing, you need to understand about spam and how using value to use the network is an amazing filter for spam, and that is what promotes and incentivizes honest behavior on the network. People who actually want to use it for the right reasons, they're willing to pay to do so. If you want to spam it, you're going to be actually paying a lot more money to participate on the network than you'd be getting most likely. So that's why this concept of separating blockchain tech from cryptocurrencies is non-existent in my opinion. So yeah, I don't think manipulation or volatility is gonna ruin cryptocurrencies. It's literally been kind of its defining factor for the past 10 years since its inception. So it's not suddenly this new thing that new people are being accustomed to. If you've been in crypto at all, like Toby said, you're well aware of the volatility.
But it's good, because Bitcoin, it has a limited supply. You can be divisible by ridiculous amounts. And so, yeah, there's manipulation, but it's a free market still. That's why you have so much volatility. You have price discovery working every single day to figure out what price is right for Bitcoin. Some people argue, oh, it's 20,000, oh, it's 50,000. For me, like what I see the value in Bitcoin, it's $1 million, easy, like easy right now. I mean, that I don't even want to deal with fiat anymore. I'm sick of it. I'd rather just be in Bitcoin because it's so much easier. It doesn't ever close. You can send it across the world to anybody. Beat that. Come on. Yeah, exactly.
Well, on that note, that's going to wrap it up for this AMA session. We'll have another one coming to you very soon, but in the meantime, hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. If you want to check out our CT Club, link is down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, we appreciate it if you do, and you hit that bell notification so you can get notified when more videos like this come out.
Anyways, bye.